The Villagers gehören seit geraumer Zeit zu den bekanntesten Musikexporten Irlands. Dieses Jahr veröffentlichten sie ihr zweites Album und ein Musikvideo, das ziemlich wörtlich umgesetzt wurde.
Naked on the toilet with a toothbrush in his mouth, when he suddenly acquired an overwhelming sense of doubt. Every single piece of baggage he'd been holding on his back was beginning to dig in, and his back began to crack. And when he...
Well, the directors got in touch and they pitched the idea to us, and I thought it would be kind of cool to see it fleshed out as a mini story, as a narrative, you know, because I think it's quite a visual song and it's kind of wild, and yeah, it was quite a trip to see it developing slowly. Yeah, it was cool.
Die letzten 5 Jahre hinterließen eine Menge Eindrücke beim Frontmann Conor. Diese verarbeitete er im neuen Werk der Villagers. Was sich genau geändert hat und wie es sich auf die Songs ausgewirkt hat, verriet er uns in Tempelhof.
So many things have changed. I mean, for us as a group, I think we've grown a lot together, and we've sort of learnt a lot of things about ourselves as musicians and as people, and that's really informed the music and how we've worked on it. I think it's different depending on what we're doing as a group. If we're on tour, I write music just with the acoustic guitar, and I have little ideas in my notebook all the time, and I put them together kind of constantly. I record into my phone, record into my computer, and whenever I have a bit of free time, I put them all together, I get a sort of a desk, and I put them all together and make something out of it that feels like emotionally gratifying to me, and that's a song for me. In terms of like personally, I think I've just gotten a little bit less cynical about the world. I think I'm slightly more open, and I think that represents itself in the words.
Nach einem zweiten Album darf man dann auch mal Bilanz ziehen. Wir von Pop 10 wollen es genau wissen, was denn den speziellen Sound des zweiten Albums ausmacht und wie die Band selber es gegenüber dem ersten abgrenzen würde.
It was a labor of love. We put a lot of work. I put a lot of work into it myself, but then collectively as a band, we really kind of worked the songs through a lot more than we did our first album. And I feel like it's more of a live-centered album. When we play the songs live, for instance at festivals, they come alive much more, and there's more energy in them on a very kind of visceral kind of level. It's quite varied, the sound. It's definitely got an acoustic core, but it's surrounded by a lot of different colors and a lot of different textures and spaces and stuff, and we really kind of worked quite hard at making the songs quite spacious to let them kind of sing for themselves. And I felt like it kind of represented the idea of the album being an album about taking a journey, but it was more like an inner journey inside your head, or changing as a person, growing as a person. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place.
Bei den Villagers ist übrigens alles selbst gemacht. Sogar das Cover des neuen Albums Irland, das vom Sänger Conor gestaltet wurde. Uns erzählte er, was sich genau dahinter verbirgt.
Well, this album is it's a picture of my nephew Patrick when he was about 4, and he's looking out at the sea and on a beach in Ireland, in Dublin. And I just took the photograph, and I thought it was really beautiful, and it was sort of the back of his head, and I thought it really represented a lot of the themes in the album, all the themes about searching and having a sort of a sense of curiosity about the universe and the world, and all these things I was reading about and watching videos about. So I decided to put it into a computer and manipulate it and make it sort of more colourful, more psychedelic, and more about the sort of inner world inside his head as a young child, and all the stuff that's going on and spinning around his brain. And so I made his head translucent so you could see the sea behind him. And that was it really, yeah, finished it and just thought it looked like an album cover, and hey presto.